What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. Today we got a fun one. SummerSlam is tonight, night one. So I figured I'd make a quick video, just kind of running down some of my ideas, what I think, could happen in the matches, and then ultimately predict a winner and loser of both nights. So let's just get right into it, man. Starting off, we got Gunther versus CM Punk. Love my boy Punk in this one, man. I think he can definitely take it home. The only thing is, I just don't know if they're building Gunther up to, add to his resume. He's already got guys, obviously won it back off of Jey Uso on Monday Night Raw, beat Goldberg for it, but he really hasn't had like that one opponent, in my opinion, that like has set him over the moon in terms of like, okay, like he can beat anybody. Obviously, at Crown Jewel lost to Cody, but I do think that CM Punk takes the strap off Gunther in this one. I don't think that we see a cash in just yet. I think CM Punk wins clean. We'll get into the cash in a little bit later, and just what I think is going to happen with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Obviously, Seth Rollins with the injury and stuff. Is it a work? Is it not? No one really knows, but we're just going to have to see. But in this one, I have CM Punk going over clean. Should be the main event of night one, and I'm hella excited for that match for sure. Next match we'll go over Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Jade, and I know I'm going to probably get heat for this, but I don't think Jade is too ready to be champion just yet. But honestly, she obviously has the look. She has everything to her. She looks great as a superstar. Mic skills, in-ring skills aren't quite there yet, but maybe this is kind of, that push to where you put the strap on her and she instantly, locks in and really just, you take her from what we know her as now into just a future superstar in the face of the women's division. As for Tiffany, I'm not sure what Tiffany does after this. Obviously, with Charlotte being in the tag division, which we'll go over a little bit later as well, I'm not sure what you do with Tiffany after this. Her title reign has been pretty underwhelming, in my opinion. The Charlotte match was really good, but I just I didn't this title reign didn't like stick to me. All the Nia Jax drama, obviously the Trish Stratus match, but this title reign did not hit for me whatsoever. Roman and Jey versus Braun and Bronson. This is one of the toughest matches, I feel like, if not the toughest match to predict on this card. On one hand, if you put Braun Breaker in a position to pin Roman Reigns and or Jey Uso, that is the ultimate rocket strap on the back, especially with Roman, obviously. But with Roman coming back, first match since Mania, obviously lost at Mania 2, and you kind of do want to keep him protected, you know, in a certain way. It's a tough match to predict. I think I could see either team going over here. Ultimately, I will go with Roman and Jey, but I'm not confident in that decision at all, just because I feel like I said, either team can win. I feel like Bronson Reed could have a destructive performance. I love the segment that they did on Raw a couple weeks ago where Bronson stole Roman's shoes. I think he should do that for every single beatdown that they do. I feel like that's so interesting. It's such like a jarring thing that makes you kind of look at that guy and see him in a different, light. Because with the Braun Breaker stuff, ever since Seth's injury, it seems like Bronson has been in the shadows a little bit. He hasn't been on the mic too much. I feel like Braun's been way more, showcased, if you will. And I feel like we all kind of feel like that. Like, I feel like that's pretty much the truth. He has definitely been showcased a lot more. But I love Bronson Reed, man. I feel like Bronson Reed can make a run at the U.S. title, the Intercontinental Championship, and then ultimately get to that heavyweight championship. I think Braun Breaker is obviously WWE Championship material in the future. And putting these two guys together is honestly awesome. I mean, I love it. I love it for Bronson Reed. Like I said, I'm a big Bronson Reed guy. Ever since that Seth Rollins feud, it was just all eyes on him. And I'm, happy that he's in this light. So ultimately, I will go with Roman and Yeet Man, but I could see it either way. And honestly, I would rather have Braun and Bronson win. I don't feel like it's going to hurt Jey Uso that much, especially if you do some, wacky finish or something where they cheat to win, ref bump. We've seen it a million times over in this Triple H regime. Kind of getting tired of it, but I'm going to ultimately go with Roman and Jey. Next match I will talk about is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll RK Roll versus Drew and Logan Paul. If it were me, Drew and Logan Paul would win this match easy. I don't think that a celebrity losing a WWE match is all too important. I feel like they can, you know, they could put over other talent and still be straight, but we all know celebrities don't lose wrestling matches in WWE. So I am going to pick RK Roll to go over Drew and Logan Paul. Drew and Logan are two of my favorite wrestlers in the company right now. Drew is, in my opinion, the most underutilized guy in this company right now. The run that he's been on lately has just been so whack, in my opinion. And I'm a huge Damian Priest guy, too. I love Damian Priest. I love their feud. Their matches were awesome. The match at Mania was sweet. I do feel like Drew should have won that feud, though. I feel like Damian could have ate that loss, that series loss, and been all right. With Drew, it's like, how much times can this guy just lose and lose and lose to where we don't take him as seriously as we should? Obviously, losing to the Money in the Bank cash-in at WrestleMania didn't do him any favors, but there was a point in time where you could still put a rocket on his back with the Bloodline Hunter stuff. That would have been the best case scenario, in my opinion, for Drew. Going after Jay, going after Jimmy, ultimately going after Roman. Maybe we'll see it in the future. Maybe we won't. But Logan Paul's the guy, too. I can really see him getting back into the U.S. title picture. I would love that if he could do that. This dude is, like him or hate him, check out his podcast, by the way. It's pretty fucking sweet, especially with the wrestlers on it, like when he has Dom on it. But Logan Paul, love him or hate him, dude. He is great on the mic. He's great in ring. And he's ultimately, I know Bad Bunny actually just said yesterday that he's the best celebrity wrestler. If you want to call Logan Paul a celebrity wrestler, he's bar none S tier. He's championship material, in my opinion. He's really impressed me this past couple years in the company. It's been super fun to watch. Women's tag team match. Raquel and Raquez versus Alexa and Charlotte. I have Alexa and Charlotte winning this. I really like this pairing, honestly. I feel like them two coming together, it's such an awkward pairing, but it works so good. I feel like with the Charlotte "We're Not Friends" theme, I really like that. I feel like that they can take these women's tag team belts and really put them to a bigger, upper echelon. I feel as though they need to do a better job of building their tag team division. They've cut stars from their tag team division. They cut Alba Fire, right? Unless I'm tripping. Yes. No, they cut Isla Dawn. Alba Fire's with the Secret Harvest. They cut Isla Dawn. They cut Pure Fusion Collective. They're just cutting all these tag teams, and it's like, man, you actually have secured tag teams in this women's division, and you're not utilizing them. With Alexa and Charlotte, I feel like there could be a younger team that can come around and really challenge them and take those straps to a different level. I love Raquel Rodriguez. She's been putting on banger matches. She's very underutilized, and she's one of the best big woman in the women's division. I feel like she's so sweet in the ring. She's super underrated on the mic. And obviously, Roxanne Perez is quite literally World Heavyweight Championship material, in my opinion. I do like the Judgment Day stuff. I just wish Roxanne kind of got that. I don't want to say Julia push because Julia hasn't done shit with the U.S. title, and it's no fault of her own. The fact that the U.S. title has not been featured on any PLE ever in the company is very sad, and it's shitty. It's been on Saturday night's main event, but I feel like Roxanne Perez is Intercontinental Championship, U.S. Championship material, and they will get there eventually. I don't want to rush anything, obviously, but I just don't want to see her go down that Carmelo Hayes route, which I hate saying that because I still fully believe that Carmelo Hayes will be a World Heavyweight WWE Undisputed Champion one day. I could definitely see that, and he's obviously material for that, but we just have to wait and see. Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross, the run this man has been on has been great to watch. And I like Sami Zayn a lot too. I'm just super tired of the Sami Zayn underdog shtick. It's so tiring, man. He does need to turn heel, in my opinion. He needs to drop this, I'm going to get the World Heavyweight Championship and then lose in the fucking first round of the King of the Ring tournament, man. You can't keep stringing us along for this and wanting to root for this guy. Excuse me. When it's not going anywhere, man. You gave him the IC title. It really didn't go anywhere. Braun Breaker was obviously a better fit to have that Intercontinental Championship than Sami Zayn. I think Kross should go over here. I'm going to pick Sami because I think Sami is going to win, but if I had a choice, it would be Kross. Kross has been on a heater. He's great on the mic. He's good in the ring. I don't get why people shit on his in-ring ability. I like the slow pace, methodical type of movement in the ring. It's a switch up. It's nice, and I think Karrion has done everything in his power to make himself a star. Which in today's WWE, that's kind of what you have to do to really stick out. And I would like to see him get a push. I know I'm saying that a lot of people should be champion, but why is Karrion Kross not in the Intercontinental Championship picture after this? This feud has been, in my opinion, very fun to watch. I know people have mixed emotions on it, people have mixed feelings, but in my opinion, this feud has been very fun. We're going to get to John Cena and Cody Rhodes last. I want to go over these other 4 matches first. Excuse me, these other 5 matches first, and then we'll go over Cody Rhodes versus John Cena last, just because it's the biggest match of the weekend. Naomi versus Rhea versus Io. To me, it's very clear, cut, and dry. Naomi should go over. She should keep the championship. She just won it. She's doing the best, in my opinion, work of her whole career. This heel turn has worked wonders for her. Her character's so interesting. She's, sneaky. She's obviously great in the ring. She's great on the mic. And she definitely deserves this. She deserves this win over Rhea and Io. If I had to book it, I think Naomi does pin Io Sky. I love Io Sky. I think Io Sky might be seriously the best wrestler, bar men and women in the company. It's very arguable. But her championship runs just suck. They just fucking suck. Her WWE championship reign sucked until the Bayley match. The Bayley match was fucking awesome at WrestleMania. It was great. It was great. The World Heavyweight Championship reign stunk it up again. She had an insane match with Rhea Ripley, maybe the match of the year in terms of the women's division or in all divisions in WWE. Her reigns just stink. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they don't book her right when she does have the championship, but it's just boring. I don't want to see Rhea win again. That'd be very boring. I'm sick of that. I think Rhea can get into a feud with Io. Maybe Rhea turns heel. Be very hard to do. Maybe Io turns heel. Like, again, it would be very hard to do that as well because they're so over as baby faces. Rhea is like the most over act in the whole entire company. But Naomi takes the dub here, and I hope that Bianca Belair can return soon because that would be a banger of a feud, a banger of a match. And then ultimately, I think Bianca becomes a World Heavyweight Champion for the first time. World Heavyweight, not WWE, obviously. Next is the Intercontinental match, the most anticipated match, in my opinion, that I'm looking forward to the most. My favorite wrestler in the company, Dirty Dom Mysterio versus AJ Styles. This is a very hard match to predict because I feel like either man could win. I think AJ, they would love to do, kind of like not a last hoorah, but like a last championship run with him where he can go on and kind of relive some of his hits. But with Dom, I really do want to see him as double champ because another prediction I have is I do think that Dom will win the AAA heavyweight mega championship at Triple Mania. That pop that he got was fucking insane. It's crazy how over he is in both companies while being a heel. He stays in kayfabe. He's great in the ring. He's even better on the mic, and his character work is awesome. I love how funny he can be, how just he's obviously a chicken shit heel. It's what he does, and he's so fucking good at it. It's insane. He's so good at it. But I would love for AJ Styles to take the strap off of him. I'm going to predict that AJ does take the strap off of him, but like I said, with the cross match, I hope Dom does win. I would love to see Dom come out there with 2 belts. 2-belt Dom that'd be great. I feel like it'd be the ultimate push. And they are saying that they do want to make Dom actually the face of AAA. So that would be pretty freaking cool too to see that. And that's what they kind of do with some of these younger talents, like Trick Williams, for example, how they put him in TNA. Well, not put him in TNA, but they have him hold the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and really just see if he can kind of carry a company, quote unquote, in terms of being the number one guy. So I can totally see them putting the AAA championship on Dom. But I am going to side with AJ on this one, even though I'd love 2-belt Dom. United States Championship match, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. I feel like Jacob Fatu is a guy that probably should be in the World Heavyweight title picture already, but obviously he's stuck in the Bloodline vortex. I love Solo Sikoa. Again, like I said with Dom, I think Solo's character work is some of the best in the company. Obviously, he's not great in the ring, but I think Solo is hilarious. I think he does great on the mic. And honestly, I do like the new MFTs, the motherfucking Tongas, the My Family Tree, whatever you want to call them. I like it. It's kind of boring. It's kind of bland, but at the same time, that's kind of what Solo is. Like he's kind of the, you know, it. He's very good at the comedic aspect of what he does, and I think he retains. I think Solo does retain. I think he gets help from the Tongans. I think Jacob Fatu can go on and do bigger and better stuff. I think he can get in that world heavyweight title picture with the CM Punk, with other guys that should probably be up there. We'll see what Gunther does after, well, in my opinion, after he does lose the title. Maybe you do Jacob and Gunther. I feel like that'd be banger after banger. That'd be must watch. I think Solo retains. And I don't think he holds it for much longer. Maybe he loses it to Jacob or something in another rematch. But I think Solo does retain. He just got the championship. He's doing so good with it. Like I said, his character work is bar none. And yeah, I'm rocking with Solo. We're rocking with Solo on this one. Women's Intercontinental Championship match. No DQ. This is going to be a banger. I have been on my Twitter, on whatever platform. I'm not the biggest Lyra Valkyria fan. I respect the hell out of what she can do in the ring. But I've always said, since she won the IC Championship, I'm a huge Dakota Kai fan as well. I was low-key butthurt that Dakota Kai did not win the inaugural IC Championship. And then obviously she got released. But I wanted to hear Lyra on the mic. I'm not impressed with how Lyra is on the mic. Hot take. I think Becky is doing great things right now with this IC Championship. She's doing some of the best work in her career, I'd say. And I think Becky retains. I think she does. I think Lyra will not be able to challenge for this IC title again until Becky's reign is over. And I think Bayley takes it off Becky, because what the hell are we doing with Bayley? This could have easily been a three-way match for the title, and I'm not too sure why it isn't. But I think Lyra goes on to feud with Bayley. Lyra puts over Bayley, not puts over because obviously she's younger. And then Bayley goes on to take on Becky and win that IC title. And then you can have Lyra come in, take back the IC title, have some new challengers, a Roxanne Perez, just different women like that. Maybe you get a couple call-ups or something. But I feel like that'd be super interesting to go off of. And I do think that Becky will retain here. WWE Tag Team Title 6-pack TLC match. I might have misspoke when I said that the Dom match was my most anticipated, because this is going to be fucking insane. This is going to be, in my opinion, this could definitely steal the show. This could very, very well easily be the best match of the weekend, and I will not be surprised if it is. Wyatt Six versus Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Gun. Shout out to Detroit. Versus DUI, Fraxium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix. It's so hard to predict who's going to win this match because there is 6 teams. It's the most teams ever in a TLC match in WWE history. If it were on me, I would love to see Fraxium with the titles. I would love to see Street Profits bring the titles back. I think that the Wyatt Six just retain. I think we have some shenanigans with the Wyatt Six, with Uncle Howdy obviously, Eric Rowan. I think that the Wyatt Six retain. That's who I am going to go with. But I could really see any of these teams winning. I could see them putting the straps on Andrade, and Rey Fenix. Like, 2 guys that haven't really done much since entering the company. Maybe they just want to put the straps on them and keep them in this title picture. Well, not the tag team title picture, excuse me. For the time being. This is one of the best divisions in WWE, period, and they need to showcase some more. That's why I'm so happy that they're actually getting a SummerSlam spot. They got robbed of the WrestleMania spot. If they put that on that WrestleMania would have gone up a grade, in my opinion. If you have that WrestleMania as a C, they put that TLC match from SmackDown on that WrestleMania, it would have been a B. That match was a straight up collision, and it's so awesome that now they're finally getting their big, push in terms of being on a big PLE, the second biggest PLE of the year. So I am going to go with the Wyatt Six to retain, but any of these teams winning would be totally fine with me. I would love to see the straps on any of these teams, especially the Street Profits. Now, the big match of the weekend, WWE Championship, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. We saw an impromptu sort of thing, babyface turn on SmackDown yesterday. I seriously don't know what to say about it. I don't understand why they thought that was a good idea to do that on a SmackDown. I know some people loved it. I seriously very much disliked it. John Cena just comes out and says sorry for 2 minutes, and Cody hands him a beer, and they cheers and drink beer, and Cody leaves. That's how you do the babyface turn for Cena's retirement tour. This whole retirement tour, and I'm going to make a video about it, has to me been the most underwhelming thing that I really could have hoped for. I think that this retirement tour has sucked. I think it's been super underwhelming. The match with Cody at WrestleMania, was abysmal. It was horrible. It was one of the worst WrestleMania main events I've ever seen. And it's so disappointing. The feud with R-Truth, really? That's what we're doing? I love R-Truth. I love Ron Killings. And they've done nothing with it. That's why it's so abysmal to me. That you do the Ron Killings thing and then you do nothing with it after. It's crazy. CM Punk just loses to John Cena in a dirty way and just doesn't care, just doesn't mention it again. He just, it doesn't matter. Randy Orton, same thing. John Cena cheats to win. Randy Orton doesn't say a word about it. Just nothing. Nothing ever again. They seriously need a swerve in this match. I think we finally do the double turn. I think Cody does turn heel, which is a strong statement because that's a pretty big deal. Because who do you have as your top babyface when Cody, if he does turn heel? Is it Punk? He's not there every single week. Rollins is a heel now. It's not Randy. It can't be Randy. It's tough. It's a tough decision. I'm going to go. I don't know. It's so hard for me to see Cody winning this match. It really is. Because what do you do with John after? You just turned him babyface. What does he do? He says sorry and we're going to have 4 more matches at PLEs, just, swan songs. Let's just replay the hits. AJ Styles. Actually, that wouldn't be too bad. Competing for the Intercontinental Championship to be a Grand Slam. But it all seems so rushed to me. Ultimately, I am going to go with John Cena to retain. Because I don't know what you do with Cody after. Cody's whole entire reign was literally built on just waiting for either The Rock or John Cena to show back up. It's super annoying. It's super predictable. No one ever thought that AJ Styles was going to beat Cody Rhodes. No one. I don't think anyone really thought that Kevin Owens was going to take the strap off of Cody that close to Mania. They seriously need to start hot potatoing these titles a little bit more. And they need to realize that people aren't freaking invincible. Cody Rhodes doesn't need to be invincible. John Cena doesn't need to be invincible. Gunther doesn't need to be invincible. They can eat losses. They need to eat losses. They need to start having these world titles change hands more, in my opinion. I think it would be best for business. I think you need to have shorter reigns with, more title wins. I think it would make the product so much more interesting. And I really do hope that they, start to, kind of realize that a lot of us are getting kind of sick of all these 150-day championship reigns minimum. The Priest reign, was perfect. He had good matches against Gunther, good matches against Finn. That's what in my opinion, that's what I like. And I think that Priest reign was just great. I would love to see Damian Priest with the world title again. I would love to see a guy like, I don't know, say Dom, take the strap off of Punk. And I don't think that's that crazy to say. I don't think that's a super crazy statement that some of these mid-carders should be world champions. But I digress. That was my little rant there. I think Cena does retain, and we can do the babyface thing. But I wouldn't be too surprised if Cody wins. I just don't know what you do after that. But we'll just have to see. That was my SummerSlam predictions, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, man. I wanted to get this video out, really just kind of share my opinions a little bit. Definitely want to start posting more. Like I said, after Cena's retirement tour is over, I will be coming out with a video with my thoughts. It's obviously not over yet, so things can change, but I want to come out with that video. I want to start coming out with some new content for y'all, maybe some Pistons content. Basketball season, football season's coming up, so we'll see what we can do, man. And yeah, I really do appreciate all you guys watching, and happy SummerSlam. Thank you.